Hello everyone. It's been a while. Hello everyone. I'll be with you lot in just a sec, just loading up the thumbnail, doing all the social media stuff, doing all the jazz I have to. How are we all doing today? We all good? Just waiting on Casey. And Ninan's competence, obviously, but Champions League final tonight. We're hoping to start on time, near enough anyway, so we can enjoy the Champions League. Because I know a lot of us here are football fans. If anyone here's a football fan, Chelsea or City, who's gonna win? I just failed a license on Gran Turismo 4. What, do you have a PS2? And failing a license test is really easy on Gran Turismo 4, seeing as they're stupidly hard. It comes at no surprise that you failed. I've watched Jimmy Broadbent try to do them, they are horrible. How are we all? Oh, hello Casey, I've literally just pinged you in the Discord, mate. Just sending the stream out to all the usual places I send it. And then we'll be good to start. It's also nice. I'm just trying to think. Everywhere that needs sending, I always send it to your mothers. Send it to your mum. I send it to my mum. My mum watches. We are just waiting on Casey. We shall be ready to go soon. And I think there's going to be an argument in my team chat. So we are ready to start soon. Hello everyone. Casey is joining us. Yeah, I know he's trying. Laguna Seca, we've had this one before. It's... Ooh. Division 2 last season at Laguna Seca was probably one of the best races we've had. It was a classic. Laguna Seca, I'm not a fan. I really don't like driving it, but you know what? It did some good racing. This track, famous probably for the corkscrew. It's American. There's not many corners just for corkscrew. The corkscrew, yeah, it's... Oh, yeah, Vaslincock had a good race out here last time. Vaslincock and Casey filling over at BRT. Phil's got work duties, and Lago's lost his seat for missing 3 races in a row. Quite sad. Anyway, we should be just about ready to start. We just need Casey to join. It takes him forever to load his stuff up. Go share the stream out to everyone. We'll be starting soon. There was no Div 3 yesterday. It was... Div 3 got cancelled. Only 7 people decided to turn up. So that'll be joining Division... They'll be joining Maggior at the end of the season. So there's an extra week. Oh, so let's have a look how's it going on. Nickname fastest time so far. I've seen Mamba set a 20.9. Nickname's doing well as well. Paolo's not far off either. Vaslincock's setting times I saw Mamba set. Maisto. We know Maisto's going to go quicker. They're all bidding up on the run up towards the corkscrew. Huber, he's not set any time. Tim's filling in over at Canam. Let's see if he can do anything good. Tim's... Can't remember how Tim did last time around here. Brian as well, I think. Yes, Brian's someone to look out for. Brian, he's filling in for Brant J. That will give B&R a nice helping hand as they've been struggling. Is this Maisto doing some donuts now? Let's have a look at the championship whilst I remember my Maisto might be getting some donuts in, some prep. He's getting some practice donuts in because today he might secure the title with 2 rounds to go. Now let's have a look then. If I can find the Div 2 team standings, no, driver standings. There is... I'm going to have to do some math here. I always have to do math because my math sucks. Here's Casey. Right. Last try, let's quickly... There's Gossau as well. There's someone we wasn't expecting. Hello, Gossau. There's 24 points in it. Alright. The title's not done, but Mamba Strike needs to outscore Maisto by 6 points to keep the title alive. Wait, no. I'm waffling. No, you need 36 points, so... Maisto needs to outscore Mamba by 12 points, which I don't think it's going to be that easy. Mamba's not going to let it happen. Mamba's not going to give it up that easily. Yeah, so there's 24 points in it currently. We have 2 rounds after this. So if he outscores him by 12 points, he wins it. So that means if Mamba gets pole, fastest lap and race win, that'll be 18 points going his way, and then that will mean Mamba has to finish down in 5th. Yes, 5th. Although we should be ready to start. Let's have a look. Let's make sure everyone's ready. We had some chaos at the Red Bull Ring last time out. Let's hope the starts go well this time. 13 drivers on the grid. BRT, they've missed a few rounds when it comes to drivers not being there, so they're going to have to try and bounce back currently at the bottom of the team standings. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at the team standings, how they're doing, if I can load them up on... Team standings with the terrible graphic that JD's got. I've just loaded up. That is really poor quality. Anyway, 126. Let's load this up. Hope for the best. Everyone's ready. Let's start the quali. Casey apologising for being late. Do not worry about it, my friend. Now the team standings has a 56-point lead. So, UMF need to outscore B&R by 4 points. And they've got it. UMF need to outscore B&R by 4 points here, which is really easy. Or it should be. On paper it should be easy. And the team's title will be theirs. There's not for Hong Kong Dominions. Remember, if you're new to the championship, you need to use both sets of tyres. You can see on the left-hand side, sorry, the tyres are on, and then also on the bottom left as well. That RM means racing mediums. I don't expect anyone to use the hards. We've only ever seen PX4 use the hards, I believe, and PX4 absolutely smashed it when he put on the hard tyres, as he's a legend, as everyone is out the pit lane, safe and sound. When he glitches, everyone's following quite nice as well. Mamba strike out with a pretty big gap as Huber's having a bit of a slow out lap, giving some space. That's going to be quite nice for Mamba Strike, because he's going to be able to bridge a gap. There's Ricky as well. Ricky quite quick last time out. He's going to be someone who's going to try and stop. He was quick in Div 3. Ricky now in Div 2 is going to be someone who's going to try and stop the Div 2 boys from getting anything done. Maybe hampering these boys, the UMF. And isn't this nice? You see the tri-drives, when you see the UMS, is it Gossa? No, it's Tim behind Paolo. That would have been nice seeing the N2Cs behind as well. Not for Honk, he's over at Can-Am with Tim, and that's a beautiful livery. Coca-Cola. He does not this man does not disappoint with his liveries. That's a full American style livery. Go Noffle Honk, DBR Hardcore. That's a bit of a tweak to their livery. He's got a nice purple bonnet. There's Gossau in the N2C car for Toyota further back. Noffle Honk into the pits then. It's quite a short lap here. It's literally a minute 20. Mamba strike wave and down towards turn 2. Turn 1 a little kink, but this is officially turn 1. It's officially turn 2, but we'll call it turn 1. It's the first braking point up towards turn number 3. Look at that aerial shot. The cameras, the in-game cameras that are given here at Laguna Seca are brilliant. There's one of the Lagunas on the inside of turn 3 and 4 on the run up towards turn number 5 as Mamba Strike will start climbing up the hill. There's chaos further back. I think that was Ricky going off. Huber's also fallen back down towards Tim. Meso's getting a nice tow from his teammate Nickname up ahead as Ricky is pulling to the side. I think Ricky's probably bailing from his laps. He had a bit of a mistake. Tim's also out of the slipstream, so doesn't want that gain. It's quite intriguing. Up towards the corkscrew event, probably the most famous part of this track. Look how scary this is. Look at the drop. Look at the camber. That's probably going to be a corner cut penalty for Mamba Strike as he goes deep into that section then. There we go. Half-second slowdown penalty. Here's the championship leader behind his teammate. Hello, Monaco. The German's favourite fan person, Mamba Strike, closing the gap, and Maystove's going to have a nice tow. And Nickname as well up towards the line is going to have a nice tow, but Mamba Strike then. Benchmark lap time as he runs up towards the line. It's been a slow one with that penalty. He won't count with considered penalty anyway, but Nickname goes for top by 4 milliseconds when Paolo, a quarter of a second, he take lead. Team will go provisional pole with a 21 flat. Huber, he sets a 21.5. Gossal up towards the line. This is going to put him to the back. There we go. And actually, Ricky, he's ahead of Ricky, but Ricky Bale, DBR Hardcore, 127.5. He's at a slow lap. Vaseline he's currently going purple. He was going to get a tow from Brian. He's got a nice Ferrari-style Porsche livery. Vaseline in the end, a 123.7, so he's done a mistake down the final sector as Brian lets his old teammate through. Vaseline then over at BRT. You saw last time out he had a BRT livery, and because he's now filling in Div 2, he's able to have a new car, and we'll see if he can actually do anything better with the Porsche than he had with the Audi. As he's been quite vocal that he's had some problems with the Audi. He said it's not been the best car for him. He's really not liked it, but that's without the swearing in it. He's been very vocal. He does not like it, and he's happy he's in a different car, and he's confident he can do something today with that. Somewhere along those lines, that lap wasn't the best. And this qualifying session might also be like what we saw at the Red Bull Ring, where the tyres can go a long way. I mean, Div 3, there's Mamba Strike going for original pole with a 120.4, absolutely smashing Paolo's times. Everyone comes into pits. Ricky sets a 121.2 to go third. Look at that gap there then. 300 separating 4th through 5th. Huber as well. Some close gaps here. Brian's getting all over the curbs. Gostal, he will improve into 8th, and into the pits goes Brian. There's Tim doing some rally style racing further back, as he's not set on a lap yet, and he'll come around final turn to do so. He might be starting on the mediums as well. He won't actually finish his lap. He's on an outlap. Casey's also on an outlap as he's coming through the corkscrew. That's a really nice BRT livery. He's got the very hungry Caterpillar on there. Well, that has topped Casey's original livery. That is quite nice there by the Brit. Vaslincock's currently 11th. So something definitely wasn't right in his lap, I must say. Bama Strike Band provisional pole by, and he's improving as well through the middle sector as he comes down through 9, 10, 11 and 12. Through the penultimate turn up towards the final turn, getting a bit wide and into the pits. He will come anyway despite improving. Like I was saying at the Red Bull Ring, I was able to take my tyres a long way because it was such a short track, and there's little tyre wear at Red Bull Ring. There's just a lot of straights here. Tyre deg is a bit more rough, especially with what we're seeing Paolo come through now. Paolo currently running second, and UMF needing a big weekend, currently 4th and 5th, so Mama Strike may be able to keep the title hopes alive. Gostal into the pits. Maybe Mama Strike can close that gap down. If he can get it under 18 points, he will still be within it, and if he has 2 good rounds here at Laguna, Seca and Interlagos, and then there's also the cancelled Maggiore round, which got cut out due to technical difficulties. As Tim round the final turn up towards the line. What can the Div 1 racer set then as his first lap time? A 1:21.7. He's going to want to improve that towards Div 1 tomorrow, as the lap times will improve, not for Honk. He sets a 22.6. That will put him into 9th. Gossau also into the pits. Hardcore's coming through turn number 4. There's a bit of a train further back. Casey round the final turn. There's only 3.5 minutes left, so they're not going to have many more laps in. But it's the joys of it being a short track where they only have 2 laps. They could probably get 3, maybe 4, depending on how quick they are. Up towards the line, then Casey, he goes 6th. It's 1:21.4. He just out of the second from the pole time. Mamba Strike, he's on an outlap pull, and he's on the gravel. That is at turn number 6. So he'll pull off to the side as they run up towards the corkscrew. Ricky's on an outlap. Maystow, the championship leader, he's coming through the middle sector. He's improving by half a second. He'll need to find 3 attempts through this final sector, and clamping that sausage curve's not going to do any good. Vaslincock goes third with a 1:21.2. Brian gets out of the way, that's very good for him. He's going to try and want some heat into his tyres before he goes on to his final 2 laps. Around final turn for Maystow then, wasn't the best of exit, wasn't really pushing. I think he knows he's improving, so he just want to keep that way. He will go ahead of Maystow, I think, and he does. He goes second, and he's actually gained 2 tenths in that final sector to Mamba Strike, and it closes that gap to 1, or just over a tenth then. Mace nickname, he will also improve into 4th, knocking the 2 Dutchmans into row 3. As Vaslincock is coming through turn number 5, 6, then 7, 8, 9, I believe. BBR Huber then goes third for try drive. 3 milliseconds off Maystow, so everyone's seemingly having some time, and Mamba Strike getting a bit of a toe down the main straight from his British comrade. His tyres aren't going to be in the best of shape either, though. As we saw, he had some adventures down at turn number 9. There again at turn number 3, getting a bit wide. And he's already down, so he's going to have 1 more lap, I think. Try and improve Case into the pits. He's going to have to hope he's out quick enough, or that'll be his qualifying session done. He should be out in time. There we go. He's not going to take any fuel, and he may just get away with it and have 1 more lap in him. It's going to be a close one, though. Mamba Strike, he's not going to be improving. Maystow's coming through the corkscrew. Now this can cause some yellow flags. That's someone around at the corkscrew. Can't quite see who. Gostal just passed them. Can Hardcore find? Let us know who's gone for a spin. Hardcore nearly finds himself having a spin as well. Can't quite tell. Maystow, he's up. He did not improve. Mamba Strike won't be improving. Huber and Paolo, they're in brilliant qualifying sessions currently. You know, Huber casually in 3rd, his best result ever in GTEL's a 4th, so we will happily take his first ever podium. Ricky's currently down in 7th, when Ricky can find some more time. We saw it last week. He's currently down in the 1st sector though, as we run up towards turn number 5, and as he climbs up the hill towards the famed corkscrew corner. Tim as well. Powell's going to get a slipstream off for Canadian. Noffelhonk is down in 11th. Gossel 12th. Hardcore 13th. Provisional pole man by Mamba Strike. His second flying lap, quite a quick lap. It's good enough to keep on provisional pole so far. Maisto's currently purple by 18 milliseconds. PVR Huber needs to find 3 milliseconds to put himself on the front row. And he doesn't have to find much either to put himself on provisional pole, so it's still time for Huber. But lag like that, missing the apex like that's really not going to do him any good, and the nat issues seemingly might be costing him. Mamstrike looking clean through the corkscrew, but he's still down. Maisto improves, he closes the gap, but it won't be pole, and he won't have another lap, so Mamstrike may be safe then as he's going wide at the penultimate turn. There's Noffelhonk into the background. Nickname improves into third. He will knock Huber down. Brian, he improves, but he'll stay outside for top 8. Up towards the line we go, then checker flags out. Mamba Strike, will he be improving? He will not, but it looks like it may be provisional pole for him. And it will be, I think. It will be pole for Mamba Strike then when he needs it most, as Huber has the penalty. Paolo won't be improving. Vaslincock, he's coming through the corkscrew. I think that's Casey in the background as well. Casey did have one more lap then. The two teammates, what can BRT do? They need good point scoring positions here. And these two, both Div 1 drivers, we know they've both got podiums. Vaslincock on the limit there, as you can see down through turn number 9. I think Casey's gone wide as well. Vaslincock just holds on to it. It's going to cost him time, and Casey off into the background. That's really, he just missed his brakes as his pedals failed or something. So a good exit from the final turn though, and Vaslincock into the pits. They won't be improving. And it is Mamba Strike on pole then. Maisto in second, and we're going to have a nice little battle here. But Brian, when he needs to be on it, is down in 10th. Worse than he normally is in Div 1. Mamba Strike on pole. Advantage UMF though in terms of the team's championship. They need to outscore him by 4 points, and if it finishes like the qualifying has, he will be doing them good. But Mamba Strike then, he will make it, so they need to outscore him by 6 points. Mamba Strike edges that gap a bit further. 21 milliseconds was the gap. Huber, if he felt 14 milliseconds, if he didn't have that penalty, look, 1/1400ths was all he needed for pole. That would have been blistering. Vaslincock, I don't think he would have improved. Ricky, though, he could have moved himself up. Casey, what was Casey's gap? Casey definitely could have moved up. A second around here is not hard to find, and Casey picked up some damage. But everyone's running around the track. As there's 10 seconds left in quali. Is there actually still someone on track? No, so quali is done then. Could have got pole, got distracted by a brother. Marcel is an idiot. So that's why Huber wasn't on pole then, his brother distracted him. Round 8 of the GTEL Division 2 Championship. So the penultimate round. Here's the beautiful grid of ours at Laguna Seca. It's a short run down towards turn 1. To the inside line, vote for Maisto as he rolls up second. Mamba Strike on pole though. He'll be taking 2 extra points from there. Nickname and Huber brought qualifying from them, and his Div 2 debut, or his return to Div 2, Vaslincock will ride on board with him as he is 6th. An hour on the clock then. The lights are on. And we are racing at Laguna Seca then. It's a good start there by Mamba Strike, and Maisto's not had the best. As you can see, Nickname's going to be trying to swamp him, but Maisto in the slipstream of Mamba Strike will be just pull away. 3 wide already, we're going to go down towards turn 1. You can see everyone else piling down. That's Ricky who's got a good start up towards 5th. Huber, he's fallen right down the order. There's a bit of chaos at the back as Casey's been forced off. There was contact, and someone went to the side of Huber, who went into the side of Casey. Gossel's got himself up in 7th. Brian's got himself up 12th. Vaslincock holds 6th as we come around turn number 4 then. Mamba Strike second. Mamba Strike leads. Maisto, Nickname, Paolo's there starting to bridge a gap. Battle of the Dutchman. Ricky and Vaslincock as we come down towards turn 5. The Battle of the Porsche, Battle of the Dutchman. Tri-Drive versus BRT. The newly formed team as well, TBRT, for next season. They are battling up towards turn number 6, and Vaslincock will come out ahead as we run up towards the corkscrew. No one's looking for an early move yet. I don't think Paolo, he might be able to stick himself in here in the battle for another podium. Vaslincock and Ricky, we know they've got the pace to keep on with it. Oh, that's Brian off. That's Brian off as well. Did he hold on to it? No, Brian is off as he got himself damage. No, he holds on to it. Casey and Huber, though, they're down the order. Do they have any damage? No, they are lucky not to get any damage, but their races, they're going to have to come from a long way back. Round the final turn, then. The overtakes are not hard around here. There's a fair amount of overtaking spots, but you do have to work from a bit more than you do at the Red Bull Ring. Maisto eyeing up the moves to come down towards turn number 2. Won't be able to. Nickname, though, he's also there, but Nickname also knows for the sake of the championship. Maisto might want to stay in second there. Vaseline Cox back up in, he's got himself up to 5th, and Gossau's trying to get his way around Tim. As Tim's made a bit of a mistake, and Gossau will find his way through into 7th. Tim's going to fight back, though. He's a good driver. He's got 3 podiums in GTEL, more than Casey can say, and he's down the order in 11th. With this nice little group of Noffel, Casey, and Brian. Huber off into the background as well, not far. Mamba Strike then. Trying to bridge a bit of a gap. A 1:27.1 on the first lap then. The 2 Germans, Maisto and Nickname, looking a bit racy further back. And Paolo, he's going to try and keep himself out of trouble. I don't think these 3 will cause any accidents. It's uncharacteristic of them too, but Paolo knows the characteristics of this track. Someone down into the corkscrew. Easy crash, and Paolo might be wanting to hold himself off. I think Vaseline Cox had a bit of a mistake, and Ricky's got through on mate. And pulled a bit of a gap as well, and Tim's eating his way into them. DBR Hardcore is so placed 9th, just outside of the points. He's 1.4 seconds off the back of... Well, Paolo, Nickname's gone off. I've just realised. But that's what I mean. It's easy to make mistakes around here. And Paolo now finds himself in 3rd. Nickname's going to be under pressure from Ricky. He's going to be inside line through 1. Ricky's going to be inside line to 2 as well. And he should be comfortably ahead. Is Nickname going to fight back? Ricky tried to park on the apex of 2 and he just about holds on. There's not much of a gap there for Nickname to try and find his way through. And Ricky will be comfortably ahead into 4th. Vaseline Cox in 6th. Looking through now. Let's see what tyres everyone's on. Softs for Mamba Strikes. Softs for Maisto. Softs for Paolo. Softs! Oh, that's Ricky gone round! Round at turn number 4. Let's have a look at that then. Up towards turn number 4 he goes. Purple. Does he just catch the curb? Is there contact? Oh, he catches a sausage curb on the inside and he's round, and that's... Well, Nickname will get 4th back, and Vaseline Cox will also get 5th back. That is unfortunate from the Dutchman. He's under pressure from Gossau here as well. Mamba Strike looking comfortable at the front so far. Maisto not really pressuring him too much as we run down towards turn number 10, I think. Maisto looking for a bit of a gap around the outside, couldn't quite find it. So, softs for the top 4. Softs for Tim, softs for Vaseline Cox, softs for Gossau, softs for Ricky, softs for Casey, softs for Hardcore as Casey's got past Hardcore. Mediums for Noffelhonk, softs for Brian, and softs for Huber. So only Noffelhonk's on the mediums then. Only Noffelhonk will be starting on the mediums, and we'll be wondering if he can get some time up by there. Maisto's got past... Ooh, sorry. Maisto's got past Mamba Strike. Mamba Strike down at turn number 3 will push him back, because Maisto's also got a bit of a penalty down at turn number 4. There's a bit of contact. This could end badly, and Maisto gets forced off track a bit there, and Paolo's got a good run to the lead as well. Paolo has never led a net race lead here. Round the outside at turn number 5. He's going to try and do it with the Irishman. Brent versus Ireland with Germany at the background. Where have we seen this one before? As we run up towards turn number 6 then. Mamba Strike, he will hold on to the lead, but that's going to be a scary move that might just be protested. Let's have a look down at what happened at turn number 1 then. Maisto took in slipstream, uses the pit road. Mamba Strike leads in the space and he just goes down. We can see he went onto the pit road there. He did pick himself up a penalty, so that move may be argued anyway that he went off track. And then the rest is history. Bit of contact, got pushed off, and now Nickname has actually got past Maisto as well. Maisto's fallen down into 4th and Vaseline Cox. The way this is going, if he can get himself in slipstream range, could have a bit of chaos going on here. So far, the opening 5.5 minutes have been a good one. Up towards turn number 2 then. For the 5th time this race, Paolo not close enough to go for a move. Paolo necessarily doesn't want to go for a move. Maisto goes a bit deeper, takes it more like a hairpin, not a double apex turn. Tries to carry more of more apex speed. Looking at fuel, who's being more conservative in this group of 4? Mamba Strike definitely got the most fuel, but Vaseline Cox can find himself some more time. Tim, if he can have some pace. If Chaos goes ahead, don't rule out Tim and Vaseline Cox for maybe picking up a podium here. Gossau currently scoring decent points, and further back, the people making a comeback. Casey, he's not far getting himself back up into the points, and what a recovery drive this would be. He's really on it today. Casey have already had some pace. Watch out for him in Div 1 tomorrow. Hardcore. And Brian's not doing so good on the recovery drive. And neither, if it wants to work, it doesn't seem to want to work. One minute, people. Here we go. I couldn't use my keyboard to, Huber's still down in 13th, Noffel Hog's fallen down 12th, and Brian's still in 11th. There we go. That's what I was trying to find. So far as it stands, then, Mamba Strike will be taking home 17 points. Meso will be taking home 8. That's an 11-point gain for Mamba Strike. I know things will change, and I'm sure Nickname will let him back through. And doing stuff like that as well will definitely not help their cause. But as it stands, man, 11 points will be taken out. I'll take the gap down to 13 points. And Div 2 may just be going all the way. But it's early days here at Laguna Seca. Meso might want to think about changing his game plan and just do a bit more, be a bit more conservative on fuel. He's now got the lead for fuel in this group of 4, and he might want to do what Devil does. What Ruben does, sit in the back, go for a bit of fuel saving. There's Nickname looking for a move down onto Paolo through the corkscrew. Paolo has the inside line. You can make overtakes there, but it's really uncomfortable. I mean, with the camber and everything, if you just look at it, I think you kind of know. It's not the easiest when it comes to overtakes. Mamba Strike leads at the end of lap 6 of this hour-long race, followed by Paolo, who's currently running in second. This will be his best result of the season, followed by the 2 UMS Nickname and Meso. Not on the order I'd probably like to be, though. Vastlin Cox in 5th and Tim's in 6th. Ricky's not far behind. Timmy's tucked in his slipstream as well, down in 7th. And Casey's got past Gossau after he had a lap 1, if he had a turn 2 incident, which is where he's come up to now, which is basically turn 1. Where someone hit into Huber and Huber got hit into Casey, as it was very chaotic. I said it was a short run, so another good start there could be some problems. There was problems, and then Casey was the unfortunate victim. But he's got himself already back up into 8th, and so far, solid points for the boys in their not normal colours. Red, white and blue is what it normally is. But BRT not today. Both running weird liveries. Vastlin Cox gone down for an off-on crew, but not Italian. Meso's made another mistake, because Meso got any damages. Vastlin Cox taking more normal line. Meso's going defensive, and Meso tyres aren't looking that good. Vastlin Cox right to the back of him. Vastlin Cox's best finish this season has been 4th. Vastlin Cox gets half-second slowdown penalty. Sorry, his best finish this season has been 6th, which was last time out. Red Bull Ring, new team, new colours, feeling good. And right now, Vastlin Cox challenging the Div 2 leader. Paolo's fallen back as well, so it was maybe Paolo and Meso coming together, as Nickname's got himself up into 2nd, and he's right onto the back of Mamba Strike. Nickname's going to try around the outside. He goes deep into the turn. There's a bit of contact as Mamba Strike kind of bumps into Nickname a bit there. Nothing malicious though. This might invite Paolo to come back into it. Meso's going to want to get his foot down a bit. 2.5 seconds of the gap between Meso and Paolo. Vastlin Cox is half a second down in 5th. But he's right on the back, but 4-10 penalty. Tim, Ricky, see there, they're not too far back. Casey's 3 seconds off the back of these two. And I might be hoping that Tim and Ricky get a bit of a fight on. But so far, the points that TBRT are scoring, if we actually look at the team's championship, team standings, BRT are on 15 points. So they need to find 9 points on MRT, which is also ORT, which is Albertini, who's not here, and Hardcore. So Vastlin Cox will be scoring 6 points. Casey will be scoring 1 point. They'll close that gap down to 3 points. Which would be nice. We need to do a bit more, and so far as it stands, Vastlin Cox trying to do a bit more, but Meso's pulling away a bit here. Mesto's being told to fly again today. Mesto can't fly, he just drives. Nickname is also trying his best to fly and drive, but so far Mamba Strike's got pretty solid pace. And Paolo as well, he's showing brilliant pace in that N2C car right onto the back of Nickname as they come through turn number 4, and that's allowed Mamba Strike to bridge a bit of a gap here. But everyone, 3.5 seconds splits for top 5. We don't normally have races like this, but the pace right now seemingly good for everyone. Nickname as they'll come over the crest and dip down through the corkscrew. Vaseline Cop. I don't know how they do it in real life. Driving cars around here in real life through the corkscrew, they take motorbikes around here as well. You must just feel nauseous doing it. Tim's only 6 seconds off the lead, Ricky's only 7. 9 seconds is Casey's. Not often we have races that are this close, and then there's Hardcore. He has to ruin it, but points, they're all pretty close together. Gossel's falling down, and Brian down in 11th in Div 2. Well, all the shit talking he likes to do, well, he's not really living up to it today now, is he? But Mamba Strike, on the contrary, for BNR, doing a great job for them, but what Mamba's doing isn't going to help them in the title hunt right now, as the way it stands. Your MEF will be your Season 2 champions in Div 2 for the team standings, and Brian, who's the team owner, founder, whatever you want to call him, of BNR, who's saying we need some solid points today, well, currently is not bringing the points that they do need. Anyway, Paolo, 3rd. Mesto's got himself back up to there, and that's a bit of a mistake from Paolo to come up through turn number 5 as they climb uphill. Paolo's going to be under pressure here. That's Mesto catching the curb and almost having an accident, and he's just able to hold on to it before he ends himself in the barrier and facing near death. Vaseline Cock, Tim, Ricky's deep into the corkscrew. That's going to be him picking up a bit of a penalty. Casey, Hardcore. There's Gossau going very wide, and Brian might be invited into taking 10th here as run up towards the corkscrew. Gossau's going to go defensive. Brian going to be close enough to try and find a move. I don't think he will. Thinking of a move though. Nickname very close to the back of Mamba Strike. Mamba Strike's going to have to go defensive. He's going to have to cut the white line a bit there as it goes across the pit entry. There'll be his half-second slowdown penalty. Nickname going a bit deep. He's going to try and find a switchback. Nickname, the gap's there. Mamba Strike needs some space, but Nickname can't quite have to run without running into the back of Mamba Strike. But they both have picked up penalties. Paolo, Mesto, Vaseline Cock, they're also quite close as last. Vaseline Cock going onto the dirt on the exit of 3. Paolo, Mesto, Vaseline Cock, Tim and Ricky then. Ricky looking through the turn 5. Tim, he makes that pretty easy, doesn't put too much fight up about it. Ricky quite late going for that. Not too late, not dangerous, but it's a good move there by Ricky. He's up into 6, so try drive as well. Doing brilliant. Mamba Strike and Nickname starting to pull a bit of a gap here. And Paolo's comfortably holding on to 5th right now. Oh, sorry, 3rd. Paolo's currently having a brilliant drive for the Irishman. Then 5th and 6th are the Irishman's. Sorry, of the Dutchman. I'm really waffling right now. 2 seconds up the road there is Ricky. Sorry, is Mesto. And then Ricky is 3 seconds back near enough. So up towards turn 1. Mamba Strike and Nickname. The battle first, still going on. No one's really thinking about anything. Nickname very tried to go for the move again. Mesto a bit deep into 2. Nothing can come to fruition with that. Is Vaseline Cock ghosted, or is he serving a penalty? I think he was serving a penalty. But he's still within a decent range. Mesto now has the fastest lap of the race, just to sort a bit of a gap out then in the points. Mamba Strike so far comfortable in his stint. Looking at everyone's fuel, is anyone going to potentially go for a 1-stop? Mesto and Mamba, if they wanted to, the 1-stops on the cards. Fuel around here is not too bad, but tyres, we saw this last time out, tyres are cruel. A 3-stop around here may not be off the cards, and expect that tomorrow. We saw Philo go early. Philo, expect the mediums to work well around here, and expect Philo tomorrow in Div 1 to work a bit of magic as well. And this might come down to who can manage their tyres better. And so far, who's managing their tyres best? It is Maisto. Maisto's also best on fuel, and a one stop is on the cards for Maisto. But will your tyres hold up? We saw some people try it last time, but the tyres weren't the best. It's a very good run that Nickname's got. It's going to be side by side. That's one of, I think that's Ricky coming out of the pits. No, it might be Huber as we come down towards turn number 1. And there's going to be a bit of traffic then. On the out, is Paolo going to be ahead of Huber? Huber will let him through. Huber pulls ahead of Maisto, and Maisto, Huber will let him through. That's very good sportsmanship there by the Brit. But Huber then, he's out onto the mediums, so his tyres really weren't feeling it. 17 minutes into the race, and he's now got some fresh mediums on, and he's the first person to actually make pit stop. His Nickname's also through on Mamba Strike. So if we quickly look down the order, Hardcore's not pitted, Brian's not pitted, Nothahong's still not pitted. The mediums are holding them nicely on Nothahong, I must say. So only Huber's pitted for the medium. So Huber, first person to do a pit stop, and now maybe Mamba Strike's thinking about the long game. Nickname's really burning up his fuel, so Nickname was trying to go flat out here, so he's really trying to make, probably going to go for a 2-stop, and Mamba Strike with the fuel might be able to save a bit here in the back of Nickname, just put it into a lot of fuel mixture, and maybe thinking about going longer down towards the final turn. Maisto and Paolo not close enough to each other. Further back, Casey's thinking of a move on to Tim. Look at this down towards turn number 1. Expect this one to get a bit heaty. How about the final turn as Tim goes deep into it, and Casey will go through and collect 7th. He'll say thank you very much, and he'll be gone. Nickname's also trying to say thank you very much and go. We'll see his tyres are he's feeling his tyres, he's feeling racy, but he's also not fuel saving as much as, say, Mamba Strike, who, if Mamba Strike wants to go for a 2-stop, he will definitely have the advantage. When it comes to fuel, he will definitely gain a huge chunk of time. And Maisto as well, if he wants to, he will jump Paolo. If they want to go for a 1-stop, I wouldn't recommend it, as your tyres may not hold up. We've seen Maisto go for some silly stuff like this in the past, and it did not work. So let's hope that he doesn't do it again. Remember the Nürburgring? Yeah, that happened. Oh, that's Mamba Strike getting all out of shape at turn number 7. Sorry, turn number 6. I can't get my corners right. Anyway, that gap's going to normally come out of slipstream range here. It's bridging quite far, as there's Mr. Huber down in 13th that splits Maisto and Vaslincock, and he'll be getting a bit of a tow from the lead group of 4. Forget Maisto putting a move onto Paolo, as into the pits then goes Mamba Strike and Maisto. They go early, so they're trying it on the core. I think Maisto saw Mamba Strike go for it. Vaslincock's going to follow through as well. Looking at their fuel, Mamba Strike and Maisto pretty much tied to the gap, should be the same. Who's going to take more fuel though? Is someone going to maybe take less fuel and try? Now if they're going to go for a 2-stop, they don't need to full tank it. That would be pointless. You're wasting time. You're not burning enough fuel in a 20-minute stint. So take 65% fuel, 70%, and then you'll be out of... Then, if you do what you would normally been doing, you'll be out of fuel come the final stint. That's exactly what Mamba Strike's done. Maisto, he's gone to the mediums. So Mamba Strike on the fuels, he's going to have a bit more of a gap. You can see up ahead. And this is now where Mamba Strike needs to fly on the softer compound of tyres. This shows what that gap's like. Vaslincock, he full tanks it. There's a penalty for Mamba Strike as well. I can't quite imagine what for. But anyway, there's also DBR Hardcore, so Maisto's got a bit of traffic, but he's also going to go a bit longer on these. Maybe he's going to get these medium stint done. And doing the mediums first is normally the better idea, but maybe Mamba Strike's feeling that he can do better on this sort of slot. If you can pull a bit of a gap, go a bit quicker, catch them off guard, and in comes the leaders then, Paolo and Nickname. Paolo 4% lead on fuel on that one. And maybe he also went on to the softs. Casey will take the race lead then, as his front right is absolutely messed up as he's trying to go a bit longer. But so far he's got decent pace despite the tyres. But Mamba Strike then looking to take the net race lead with a good undercut here. Ricky's in as well. He's on 16% fuel. Let's actually stop getting this list on of who's done what tyres. So, Huber Maisto. Nickname has also used 2. There goes Paolo. Paolo, he uses both compounds off tyre. Further down the order, hardcores and on softs. Ricky, he comes out on mediums as well. So all of these guys going on to the mediums. Hardcore into the pits on the softs. It'll be interesting to see what tyres he takes. Noffel Honk, he makes it he becomes a 6th driver to use both sets of tyres. Gossau's tyres are really messed up, but he's really trying to burn his fuel to the end. Not the wisest of strategies. Vaslincock, he has also gone on to the mediums as he will come out in 8th. Okay, well, Brian yet to pit. So, Tim, Casey and Brian, the ones in the top 8 yet to pit. So then, Tim and Casey going a bit longer, so is maybe Casey trying to go for a 1-stop here, I mean... Casey struggling for grip on the exit of turn number 3. Huber had to leave. Mamba Strike up towards the line. He will set the fastest lap of the race, so maybe he wanted the sauce to have a bit of clean air. And he does have clean air. And a 3-second gap to Maisto as well, who doesn't have any traffic ahead of him now, I don't think. But 3-second gap on the mediums and a lighter car. Maybe Vistant now, where he's got the clean air, he's trying to go for the fastest lap. Paolo is behind Nickname. Nickname did take less fuel, so if you'll listen to me, Paolo didn't, as he full tanked it. So either way, they won't get much benefit. Vaslincock, Ricky, Brian, this is the group. Ricky and Vaslincock. The 2 Dutchmen, 2 flying Dutchmen. Trying to take down. Brian is in comms the now race leader Casey into the pits with some definitely needed fresh rubber. Let's see what it'll be interesting sort of strategy because he's taken these softs 25-minute switch. I don't think anyone would recommend. Tim's also into the pits. He is a 3% leader. Mamba Strike will then go into the net or go into the race lead or retake the race lead, and he's also bridging a slow gap to. I was putting a gap between himself and Maisto, which he's going to want to bridge a bit more as he's going on to the mediums next stint. Be interesting to see what he actually does with this. Casey and Tim. Away they go. Casey onto the mediums as he's out 91% fuel in his tank. And Tim, where will he come out? Casey actually only comes out in 7th. Just behind Vaslincock and Ricky, we have a prime view of as Vaslincock goes very deep and Ricky will go through. Vaslincock trying to find an extra gap on the way back. Can he find it up towards turn number 3? He can't. And so far Ricky and Brian as well, just behind Casey. Brian's not pitted yet though. Brian, is he potentially going for a 1-stop? Yes he is, and I would not recommend it with the state of his tyres and the lap times he's setting 125s. That is too slow for anything to be competitive. Tim, he's gone on to the mediums as well, so he'll be the 9th driver to do it. But this battle for 5th then, Vaslincock and Ricky, the 2 Dutchmen, really going at it. Tri-Drive versus BRT, Porsche versus Porsche, Dutchman versus Dutchman, up towards the corkscrew. There's so many things right about this. It's Dutch on Dutch, Porsche v Porsche, and then the 2 teams that are merging together next season. It just makes it absolutely perfect. Casey, Vaslincock's teammate for today as well, just behind him. Brian yet to pit. Will he come into the pit this time round? No, he will not. So he's definitely trying to go for a 1-stop, which I would not recommend. Your tyres are not built to last for that one. 5 seconds near enough is the gap up ahead with Mamba Strike. Trying to set down a fly here. He's trying to go for a quick stint. He might be in a bit earlier than we expect him to. So maybe he's going to go a bit longer on the mediums, which is fair enough. The mediums are better holding up, and that's a mistake actually by Maisto. Maisto's off! Maisto's off, and he's got engine damage! What's happened here? The championship leader's off, and he's got engine damage up towards turn number 3. He's fine, he's off the curb up towards turn number 4. This is where Oh no, he's off and he hits the barrier straight in the centre, and he's got the engine damage, and he's got a long way round the lap to go round as well, and this might be the blessing that Mamba Strike needs, and he is crawling. Vaslincock's up to 5th, Casey's up to 6th. Brian, he's not far back, but where's Tim? Tim's where we really need to know, as Tim will be on the net race, but Maisto will have to make another stop as well, so that might put Brian ahead, and it's going to be a long 6 seconds extra in the pit lane as well for Maisto, and Maisto then, he's going through the slowest part of the track, so the engine now isn't doing him too much damage, and he's seemingly having decent pace and into the pits. Then Brian just got past him. But what's Maisto going to do now? He's going to have an extra pit stop. He's lost a lot of time here. There's Gossal out of room, but that won't do much to affect the race. But that is the championship leader, who's now in the pits with engine damage. Well, I never. Down the order, Hardcore he's gone to the medium, so he'll be the 10th driver. Not for Honk as well. There's 11 drivers left in the race, and it's just Mamba Strike and Brian yet to pit. Yet to use both sets of tyres. Brian's yet to pit though. And Mamba Strike now has an 8-second lead. Paolo's comfortably in third, and this is what I mean. Anything can happen at Laguna Seca, an absolute classic, and even then, Casey and Vaslincock going at it. Casey's got himself up to 5th, and Vaslincock then 4th, right back down to 6th. But BRT having a good one. That may have been a bit of team orders there. Casey, brilliant recovery drive as well. Let's point out, he was involved in a first lap incident. He was down at the back of the... Casey was down dead last at the start of this race. He was dead last at the start of this race. He was down 12th and 13th with Huber. And now he's up into 5th. And just think, with the pace that Casey is currently showing, he might be up in the podium right now. And he's only ever had one podium in GTEL. But so far, the pace he's got, he's absolutely flying, especially on mediums as well. With Mamba Strike yet to do his medium stint, I wouldn't say Mamba Strike's going to fall 20 seconds down. Mamba Strike's showing blistering pace. Look, 8 seconds of the gap, and he's flying. Ricky, Casey's only a second off Ricky, and if that gap keeps closing down, Casey, he's coming. He sets a personal best first sector. And the first half of this race is absolutely flown by, with Casey chasing down 4th here. He's going to try and make this one clean and simple, and he's absolutely flying. Imagine this man tomorrow in Div 1. He is on it right now. Oh, that's Ricky off! That is Ricky off! And the casualties. He survives, but he's limping right now. Vaslincock close for a move. He's going to go for a bit of a late one. There's a bit of contact there between the two Porsches, and Vaslincock right so will bail out, as that was a very late and optimistic move there. But Casey up into 4th now, and he's got 6 seconds or 7 seconds up the road to the Irishman of Paolo PM Ricky. Right now, BRT will be passing and going into will go from 7th to 6th in the team's championship. When everyone was saying that'd be last, Albertini's really done MRT a favour with his drive at Spa, and MRT really could be doing with Albertini here. And imagine if Albertini was here there. That'll be a big shake upon the grid as well. I think it'll be even more interesting with Albertini with the pace that man has. But as it stands, Case will be taking home 8 points. Vaslincock will be taking home 4. That'll be 12 points he'll be gaining. There'll be another 3-point gap to MRT. Look, further up the grid, Can-Am's only 28 points, so they'll close that gap as well. That gap will be closed down as Tim's scoring 2 points. So we'll be taking 10 points out of them, which will mean their gap will go down to 3 points. So, Ricky, again, he makes a mistake, and that's Vaslincock as well. Vaslincock's off, and he brushes the barrier. And how has that man not picked up damage? So the quick replay of that. Was he just following the mistake of Ricky? As that can happen. Oh, he catches the curb, and he's off, and he just can't get the car slowed down. And he just misses the barrier. And that is a very lucky man, and he'll then fall 4 seconds back, and with some dirty tyres, and Casey closing down that gap to Paolo. Nickname currently having some pace as the tyres of The mediums of Mamba Strike are now starting to slow down a bit. That gap's really not going up as much as it was on the early stint, but Mamba Strike definitely got what he needed to out. But Maisto, where is Maisto? Maisto's 10th, 59 seconds off the lead. How far is he off points though? Brian yet to pit. What is Brian doing? He's setting 124s with tyres like that, and if punctures were in Gran Turismo, he would have had one. Look at that. And he's still going. He could have pitted 2 laps ago. He could have pitted 2 laps ago, and he's not. And he's still going. He's trying to burn his fuel tank out, and this man here is absolutely insane. KML Brian, you absolute nut job. Maisto took some fresh tyres, took some fuel, and he's going to try and work out what he can. He's got that gap's gone up to a second. He's probably driving a bit more cautiously. He doesn't want to make a mistake through this sector like he did last time. You can see, not pushing too much through here. He doesn't want to make that same mistake, but he's still right on the edge, track mania like, up towards the wall. But 20 seconds is the gap between Brian and Maisto, and if Maisto can salvage a point, that'll be good. But everyone becoming a victim. And anything can happen through turn 3. Mamba Strike very cautious. I do apologise, my microphone decided to die. Mamba Strike very cautious right now as Brian finally into the pits. This is Estonian, a bit of a madman. This is what we need to be looking out for though. Maisto. Maisto's coming up towards the final turn, so he'll be comfortably ahead of Brian. But whereabouts, how comfortable, how much time do you lose in the pit lane of this track? We don't really know yet. Brian is also going to be taking a full 97% of fuel near enough. As we're seeing 2 very vastly different strategies up at the front, both unconventional from what we're normally seeing. Both different to what we used to see, but both good in their own way, and Brian might actually have lost out too hardcore here, and he has. So Brian now finds himself at the back, but he had an incident. I think Brian span at turn number 4 like Maisto did, so that put him down the order. So he had to do what he can to make up the time, and so far this man has, and he's done a brilliant job of it. Comes out ahead of Tim, who's in 7th. No, isn't. Who's Brian ahead of? His teammate. Oh, this is going to be on the BNR Instagram later, making it look like that they're racing. No, Brian, you're being lapped. So if you didn't know, last week when Mamba Strike lapped Brand, Brian made an Instagram post, and Brian almost big save there as he catches the curb. He almost became another victim to the sausage curb at turn number 6. Brian made a post making it look like that Brand J and Mamba Strike were racing, when in actual fact Mamba Strike was lapping him. This might be good for Mamba Strike though, as Brian now can be a bit of a dummy and try and hold up nickname for a bit, as he's almost round again on turn number 9. Up at the front, 8 seconds is the gap. Casey and Paolo, the gap's up to 5 seconds as Ricky's had an off. At turn number 6, what happened here, Ricky? Up towards turn number 6 we go, catches the curb, comes another victim, and he goes fully round. Pirouetting, that's a beautiful 540 there, Ricky. And he sticks the landing quite nicely, rejoins the track safely. But he goes very off, and his tyres, look at the dust on them. And he's fallen down to 7th. So more victims. Everyone's a victim. Who's next? Who would have thought? 4th and 5th for BRT. Brian. You were chatting shit earlier. Where are you? Where's Brian? Hello, Brian. Hello, Brian. Hello, Casey. Hello, Vassal Cockyer, doing the boys proud. Now, if Vassal didn't have that mistake, he could also be up there at 4. He could be fighting near enough for 4th, actually. I wouldn't say that Casey's pace has been blistering. No disrespect to Vassal Cock, but this man is flying as he's trying to chase down 3rd, and with the way it's going, things can happen. Paolo's... He's driving nicely. He's got a lot of fuel as well. Mamba Strike though, in within the next few laps. Expect him to try and take 2 more laps of this fuel. He may red light it soon though, but I'm sure he'll be fine with that as the tyres, he'll be going to the mediums anyway. And I'm sure he'd love a bit of an undercut onto Nickname. Gain a bit more time, fresher mediums compared to worn mediums. He would love that, but Nickname, I want 21 something last lap of the line there. Not too bad. Nickname will be in within 2 laps as well, it seems. But Mamba Strike, the gap's coming down, so his softs aren't holding up now, so maybe is this a sign Mamba Strike in this lap? If that gap's closing down, it means the tyres, he's definitely not having the grip that the softs are having, as now Nickname's taking the time out. This is at the point where the softs compared to mediums are gonna not fare too good, but for mediums, maybe it's a good call from Mamba Strike actually to go to mediums ass, because the tyre wear around this track is so severe. Look, coming to the end of the stint, the drop off in tyres, this could actually play into Mamba Strike's hands if, say, Nickname can come ahead, and he can bridge a bit of a gap, but come the end of the stint, Mamba Strike may be having it. But you never know, with how many people we've seen become a victim today to the curbs, it's quite impressive. Mamba Strike very close to red lighting it, which means 1 lap of fuel remaining. And will he go again, or will he register? No, he does not register, the that gap's closing down at a scarily stupid rate, and he will stay out. I know he would have read that and gone in, but Maystow, he's up into 8th and he's into the points. Ricky, though, 23 seconds ahead of Maystow. Well, Maystow, he's going to be regretting that. The first I say first proper mistake like he's rude, but no. He's had quite a few mistakes this season. He's had some stupid strategies, but right now, Div 2 Laguna Seca was an absolute brilliant one. Div 2 Laguna Seca Season 2 is a brilliant one. In comes Casey, he's the first to break for the second round of pit stops, as he's trying to go a bit long, as he's going to try and maybe go a bit longer on the softs. We saw him do it last time. Brian's on the mediums, he's trying to go to the end with 20 minutes to go. Up heads hardcore, there's Nickname behind, there's Mamba Strike then. Sorry, not Mamba Strike can get a bit of an advantage here as the blue flag's waving. How easy will Brian make this pass though for Nickname? Casey out 88% off fuel. He's on to the softs. Where is Noffelhonk? Noffelhonk's coming down straight, so Casey will comfortably ahead of Noffelhonk. And Maystow as well, it seems, so into the pits then, Mamba Strike. Finally, Brian side by side. Is he going to let him through? There we go, Brian. Try and stall as much time as we can. Nickname will go into the lead then. He's probably going to go a few more laps longer, and Brian will just enjoy the bit of a tow from Nickname ahead. Paolo, he's coming around the final turn as well. He's probably going to drop Mamba Strike down into 3rd. Vaseline Cock. He's had podiums in Div 2 last season. There's never a race win. I don't think it will happen today. B&R through. If you remember, B&R's strategy last time out with using the mediums before we had the 2 compound rule. Season 1, B&R were looking for the first ever race win in GTEL. Laguna Seca Div 2, they absolutely threw it. If you don't know what I'm on about, go back and watch it. It was a brilliant race. Go back and watch it. You'll understand what I mean. B&R through, right? B&R basically threw a free race win. Mamba Strike onto the mediums. He's the final driver to use both sets of tyres, so no one will get disqualified. Yippity doo. But Vaseline Cock and Vassman, they were both looking good for a 1-2. The strategy was terrible. It was thrown. Their strategy threw the race away. They ended up finishing, I think, 3rd and 5th in the end. They didn't even get 3rd and 4th, which is basically what was Can-Am versus B&R. But now, as it stands, we're looking to make some redemption here with Mamba Strike. Vaseline Cock's trying to make redemption and some independent redemption, and Brian's doing nothing to help the redemption of the team. Nickname in the lead. Into the pits then comes Paolo Z, trying to get a bit more of an undercut to try and close a tiny bit of that 10-second gap. In this lap, I think, will be Nickname, Tim and Ricky behind. Vaseline Cock's got an undercut as Ricky's going to try and go for the gap. There's a bit of contact there. Ricky will back off. Won't go for the move, and in comes Ricky, then goes for the undercut. He's going to register that one. But 2 laps longer, 2 laps I think Mamba Strike should have come in. Also, I think Nickname should have come in the lap that Mamba pitted. But as it stands, that gap's coming down. Paolo, he goes on to the mediums. Nickname will go on to the softs, but if it comes to a head-to-head, and if Mamba Strike, they're both currently on mediums. Mamba Strike's got fresh mediums, and Nickname's got worn mediums. So as it stands, Mamba Strike will jump him. How much will Mamba Strike jump him? How well has he read the situation? How well has he read the strategy? How much fuel will Nickname take? Won't have to take much as we've dipped under that 20-minute mark. Hardcore's had a bit of a tank slap affair as well. Maisto, he will have to do one more pit stop around about 15-minute mark, and here comes Nickname. So, Maisto should be scoring points, but he's going to have some good pace here. Casey's up in 5th, Vaseline Cox in 7th. Up ahead, who's yet to pit? Tim is yet to pit, Maisto's yet to pit. So, Vaseline Cox promoted 2 places into 5th as it stands currently, but Maisto may have a solid drive. Be able to bring it home, but I don't think he'll be able to bring it home with enough fuel tool. I don't think he'll make it. No, he definitely won't. 18 minutes to go. Fresh tyres going on that UMF Corvette. This should be a good race for the Corvettes. It's their home track. Can-Am was all hoping for a good race. This is basically their home race. It's the American race. We're at Interlagos next week as well, so we'll go to the South American round. But Mamba Strike comfortably ahead. Tim as well, so will Nickname actually come out in traffic? Nickname's coming round. Tim will be ahead. Where will Paolo be? Paolo's actually on the back. Casey's on the back of Paolo, so Casey's had a big undercut on Paolo. Gained a lot of time here. And Casey, with the pace to see Casey have, always he's drifting through turn 3. Casey's on track for a podium here, and it'll be BRT's first podium. Now, before Brian goes and says this is not your drivers, Casey has been a full-time reserve over at... Casey's been a full-time reserve at BRT. And nearly joined us as well before joining ART. Bobby is in NRT. Mamba's in COC. Mr. Mount's in NRT. They're not your drivers. I know Casey's not technically our driver, but he's always been our reserve. We're not using people that aren't our full-time reserves. We only use our full-time reserves. We've actually used both reserves here, but Vaseline Cock is in our team full-time anyway. Tim into the pits. Rant done. Brian can't complain. But a podium here would be nice for the boys. Casey will be chasing his second ever podium, and it'll be a podium in a different outfit. Vaseline Cock. Currently, where's Vaseline Cock? He's currently down in 7th, and this is going to be important as Maisto, there go Maisto's into the pits, and 2 people ahead of Vaseline Cock. He should comfortably jump them into 5th, and right now, if these 2 could have an accident, that's not off the card. 7.5 seconds the gap between Mamba Strike and Nickname, so that gap really hasn't come down to what it was when Mamba Strike pitted. So Mamba Strike's outlap's been amazing, but it's softs versus mediums, and what's Mamba's pace on these mediums like? And come down to the final 5 minutes, so it will be advantage Mamba Strike no matter what situation we're in right now, as the mediums last a lot longer. The softs only last about 15 minutes. Once they die off, they'll be terrible. Vaseline Cock into 5th, Tim's into 6th, and he's pulled a 4-second gap to Ricky as well as they pitted. And Brian, he's into the points, and he's looking to go to the end. Maisto is out. I think that's hardcore out. Norfolk's coming around final turn. So if I stop clicking random buttons, Maisto actually is in 8th. Maisto just ahead of Brian then, and he won't be passing him anytime soon as Brian is trying to one-stop this. I'll be impressed if he can, but there's no point doing it. There's every point in trying, but the goal is at least points, and if it doesn't succeed, well, he doesn't succeed. Mamba Strike currently got the fastest start. They'll be taking all 18 points compared to Maisto's 1. Right, 17 points difference will be the gap, and if he can close down 14-second gap to Ricky, who's no slouch himself. Ricky was brilliant pace. Ricky was also caught up in a bit of a spin up at turn number 6. So 24 minus 17, quick maths, 7 points is the gap. With 2 rounds to go after this, as it stands, 7 points will be the gap, and this will be a big win for Mamba Strike. And you can say, oh, Mamba Strike's only got it because of the spin. Well, that's Maisto's fault. Maisto span, that's on Maisto. Don't take it out on Mamba Strike because someone else made a mistake. You've got to keep your nose out of it, and as Mamba Strike comes through turn 6, he's so far kept his nose clean. 4.5 seconds into the gap. Nickname's closing down on the softs, but He's only got about 10 more minutes to close down that gap, pass him and go, because if Mamba Strike makes it hard, makes it difficult for him to pass, that's going to burn Nickname's tyres up sooner, which means he's going to have less life on them, and they're going to die out pretty quick, which might won't invite Paolo, but Casey and Paolo down towards the corkscrew. There's a bit of contact. Casey's going to try and go around the outside, not going to have to run, and Paolo will hold on, but Casey, he is looking racy for another podium here. He's eyeing up. Solid exit. Paolo seems to have the better one. He's going to look for a bit of a late move down towards the final turn. I don't think it's close enough. You don't really have... It's not a long enough run, but he's close enough. In for dirty air. Bit of oversteer on exit, but up towards turn number 2. They've got a kink of turn and 1. Going to keep it as tight as possible. Have the best run. Casey in for dirty air. Pulls a bit wide. I don't think it's going to be close enough. Straight line speed of Porsche the best, but neither is the Toyota. Paolo goes a bit deep though. Casey tries to find a gap. Paolo's going to slam the second apex of turn number 2 shot, and Casey won't be able to go from roof. 30 minutes to go, and this is going to be a nice little battle for the podium here. And no matter what happens, it's a brilliant recovery drive from Casey, nonetheless. I mean, also people can say it's a Div 1 driver in Div 2. Casey's not had the best of performances in Div 2 either, because Div 2, there's a lot of Div 1 pace drivers in here. Nickname, Mamba, Casey with a bit of the, yeah, a bit slidey, but Nickname, Mamba, Meso. They're all quick drivers. There is a lot of Div 1 pace drivers, and they are no slouch here. And Casey's not top Div 1 either. He's looking for a late move down towards the corkscrew, though. He sends it deep, and Casey's off. How off is Casey? Oh, he just about missed the barrier, but that's going to dirty up his tyres a bit. That's going to wear his life out, and he's lost 2 seconds there to Paolo, as he was very late on the brakes into the corkscrew, but he is pushing like a mother trucker. There's still 12 minutes to do it. Whose tyres are currently better right now? As it stands, Paolo's tyres are a lot better. So Paolo, even if it came to the end, Paolo's tyres will hold up a lot better. So Paolo, if he gets a podium, he's definitely, whoever gets the podium, they both definitely earn it. They've been amazing. Mamba Strike 4 seconds of the gap, as Nickname's really coming in on him with 12 minutes to go, and I am getting a bit excited for this one. Who's got this? We do not know. We won't know. There's Hardcore getting out of the way through turn number 4. Casey's going to get a bit of a tow from him as well. Up towards turn number 5 and maybe up towards turn number 6 as well. So this will benefit Casey. You see the gap's closing down. There's a bit of a lag spike over a bit of a bump. That's quite nice, but there's a good exit there, and the slipstream really helping him as Hardcore will get out of the way nicely. Thank you very much. Casey, bit twitchy at turn number 6, but holds on to it, doesn't become a victim. Paolo's slow, so maybe he had a bit of a mistake in Casey's. Unless Casey just flying. Let's actually have a look at Casey's split through the middle sector. He's not far off his personal best time, which is a 20.7, which Maisto's taken the fastest lap of the race. He'll be taking an extra point. That will up the gap to 7. That will make the gap 8 points between Mamba and Maisto. And outscoring someone by 4 points is not hard. If you get all 18 points compared... If you get all 18 compared to the 6, so if you get fastest lap, pole position race when you get 18 points, then second is 12. Mamba Strike's not out of this championship yet, by no means necessary. And I'll point out, Mamba Strike's doing this well, and he's ill. 10 minutes to go, his tyres are holding up nicely. Nickname's also managed the tyres fairly well, but watching the final 5 minutes, the performance is just going to drop off. Casey's right. He's already got himself in slipstream range of Paolo. Tim's in 6th. Having a good day from him and Can-Am. Casey and Vaseline Cop, 4th and 5th for BRT. Ricky, he's getting 2 points to try drive. Huber DNF'd, and so far Maisto's got the pace. He's absolutely flying. He nearly set a sub 120, which would have been quite mad. So Ricky is by no means necessarily safe. That'll be 2 points, which drove the gap to 9 points, and it's just damage limitation at this point for Maisto. Up at the front though, Nicknames eyeing up slipstream range as the mediums just do not have the pace early on, but come the end of it, who's timed their strategy better? Who's having... It all comes down to the better medium stint, and so far it's looking like Nickname. Once the tyre wear died out, once Mamba's... And it's almost looking like Mamba's tyres burnt out too quick. Once Mamba's softs came out of their prime and they went really early, That gap just didn't go up like it needed to, and so far Nickname's pulling away massively. But Mamba Strike was able to bridge 8 seconds and then it fell, and Nickname so far, he's gained that back, so let's see if he can hold on to his tyre life a bit sooner. They've come up a bit more. The dirty air as well is not going to help that fact. Casey and Paolo, they're so-so. Casey's backed off a bit. Maybe he's not going to go for something reckless. 37 laps have had so far at Laguna Seca. By the end of the station over track absolutely perfectly. Casey very close to the sausage curb there and into the slipstream range. His Nickname. And like I was saying though, Mamba Strike did his second soft stint in clean air. Mamba Strike's got to try and overtake, and Nickname's got to try and overtake, and I know Mamba's not going to make it easy. If you're burning up your tyres that much, you're going to cause some problems. That's Nickname trying to go a bit tighter line. Can't quite get it done, but he's going to have to tuck into the slipstream though, despite having that really tight or awkward line. Mamba Strike comes the inside line. Nickname's got a good run, and BBR Cuba finally will leave the room then, as he will DNF. That's Mamba Strike. There's a bit of contact as Nickname tries going a bit deeper, and Mamba Strike late on the brakes. Bit of contact. Nickname will just back off a bit, but Mamba Strike well has got a half-second slowdown penalty. If you cross onto that pit line, try and extend the track a bit more. Yeah, half-second slowdown. There's Mamba Strike going off. Mamba Strike's done what Mesto did, but he hasn't hit the barrier. Nickname's on. Nickname's safely through. And that's one of the easiest overtakes their Nickname will ever have. And Mamba Strike then 1.5 seconds is the gap, and that's going to do him even more favours. He will now be taking home 14 points compared so far Mesto's 2. So, Casey up into third then as well. Let's have a quick replay of that move. Very close to the back at turn number 5. I think there's a bit of a mistake there by Paolo. Yeah, just goes deep, and Casey will say thank you very much, and he's up into third. So, Paolo becoming a bit of a victim. Mamba Strike becoming a victim. There's his first foot wrong. And now he's going to, with the extra life in his medium, he's going to try and have to close down this 1.5 second gap. It's not done yet, but he also has a penalty he has to try and work his way around, and Nickname's on the faster compound of tyres. And he's the quicker driver on track right now. And has Mamba Strike maybe thrown away a big lead? And it's all starting to spice up a bit here. Paolo's saying, why bro, what's gone on here? Was there a contact with a back marker? Was there contact between Casey or Paolo maybe? I can't see any back markers that would have necessarily caused any problems. Let's have a look. Hardcore, I think, is the closest guy on track to him. So has Hardcore picked up any damage? No. So I'm not sure. There might be a protest in this then. Paolo may have fought back, and Casey may have clonked him a bit, but Paolo's now got some damage, and that's going to really impact him. And if the lack of grip at the rear could cause another mistake, that could mean Vaseline-Cox moving up into 4th. But as it stands then, no Nickname's got to make the most whilst his softs are going to last before they fall off within the next few minutes. And Mamba's just got to take advantage of the extra life his mediums have got, because anything can happen right now. And so far, everyone's become a victim. Let's have a look. Who's actually had a mistake so far? I don't think Nickname has. Mamba, Casey, Paolo, Vaseline-Cox. I don't think Tim has. Ricky, Mesto, Brian as Nothonks. As Brian's going very slow, Nothonks trying to find his way into 9th. I don't think Nothonk has either. Brian has at turn 3, and Hardcore he might have. But Casey really got the speed right now, and so far Casey, in 5 minutes, he may even close down Mamba Strike. Mamba Strike seems to be struggling. That gap's going up, and Nickname's looking for his first race win in GTEL, I believe. Has Nickname got a race win yet? Someone able to remind me? I'm an idiot. I don't remember. 5 minutes to go then. 5 minutes to go. Nickname leads after a bit of a mistake from Mamba Strike. Down at turn 3. He became a victim at turn 3, and now the tyre wear. I don't think doing the medium, don't think double sticking those softs. He really pushed those softs. He didn't have the best of life, and it got to a point where it died out. But the tyre wear management for Nickname has been a lot better, and he's still pulling a gap even though softs aren't doing too well. But in the next 5 minutes, they may just see some mistakes coming out, as he is also coming up to back markers, and a lot of them at that. Mamba Strike's got Another penalty. He's got another half second he's picked up. He'll take a good few temps out of that. But Nickname's got some back markers to clear. The blue flag's going out. And these two on track are battling, Noffelhonk and Brian. So anything can go down. It's Laguna Seca, it's a good one. If not, Nickname's going to get his debut win. Is Mamba Strike going to close that gap down massively? As it stands, he'll be taking him 14 points to make, so those two will close the gap down by 12, and that'll mean there's a 12-point gap going into the final 2 rounds. Casey's currently in third, chasing his second GTEL podium, or GTEL Endurance podium. He's got podiums in the touring car, the non-stream touring car. He's got race wins in the non-stream touring car, but that grid's quite dead. Vassilinkok in 5th, looking for his best result this season in GTL. His best result so far was 6th last round out at Austria. So far though, Tim, he's not far off him. Tim's only 2 seconds, and a little mistake by Vassilinkok, which we've seen before, that could end in disaster. Paolo's damage that he's got causing him a lot, and if him and Casey did come out and it was a 5-second penalty, that gap's big enough. Paolo a bit twitchy on the curb. Vassilinkok, he's gaining, but in the 2 laps we'll have after this, I don't think anything's going to really go down. That gap's gone up though. Nickname had a mistake. Nickname's heading off somewhere and we've not even caught it. Mamba Strikes back through on Nickname as he gets rid more of his penalty. He's not picked up damage, Nickname, but now his tyres have worsened a bit. And this is what I mean, if he has had a mistake, your tyre life, your softs burn out so quickly. Look, he's been on these, he pitted at 18 minutes. The tyres at 15 minutes in, the tyres go, basically, and maybe with the worn tyre life, he's struggling a bit, and with 2 laps to go, Mamba Strike might be able to find a bit more of a gap. There's dirty air though, but overtakes here, we've seen no shortage of them, I must say. Through turn number 6, Mamba Strike's slowing down a bit, he's not quite got the speed. Is Mamba Strike being conservative on fuel? It looks like it might have to be. But if Nickname's making mistakes on the tyres, the softs aren't, and now that window where mistakes are prone. Let's see then, through the corkscrew, a bit more conservative there by Nickname. Mamba Strike's trying to push, he's got to find a second, it is possible. Casey's comfortably in 3rd. Tim, don't know how many podiums that these two have got. No, Casey's got 1, Paolo's got 3, I think. No, I think Paolo's got 2, Vassilinkok's got a handful. And look at this traffic then. Brian just trying to help his teammate along here. But this is insane amounts of traffic. And Brian's just... Is Brian going to hold up his teammate here and stop him from maybe challenging for a race win? He gets out of the way, but he's really late getting out of the way, and that's actually cost him a good couple of attempts, it seems. But now Nickname's stuck behind Noffelhonk. Noffelhonk, clean driver, is going to get out the way as soon as possible. But he's in an on-track battle for 9th, and he doesn't get out the way at turn number 5. He's going to get out the way at turn number 6. He's trying to... Noffelhonk's really ignoring blue flags here. Is he trying to do him a favour? When will Noffelhonk pull out the way up towards the corkscrew? Noffelhonk, he's still not following them. A Nickname will just have to send it almost in towards the corkscrew. And will he do the same to Mamba Strike as well? Or will we get out the way nicely for Mamba Strike as we come down towards turn number 9 and Noffelhonk ignoring blue flags? Well, it's a red light for Mamba Strike as well. There's not going to be enough time. I've just realised there's contact as well. As Mamba Strike and Noffelhonk. Noffelhonk goes wide, but Nickname, the checkered flag will be out. And he will win. I've not even realised. He will win then at Laguna Seca, followed by Mamba Strike in 2nd. Costs him big time. Casey will take his 2nd ever podium. Paolo will take 4th, and that's a chaotic race. I didn't even realise the race finished, and it's not even done yet. Is Vassilinkok going to run out of fuel at the line? Round the final turn, it's going to be a drag race up towards the line. Tim's going to try and find a better exit. Bit shaky, but Vassilinkok and Tim up towards the line. Tim, he will have to settle for it. No! Vassilinkok will get his 6th as the penalty burns out, and he will miss out on his personal best, but it's 3rd. It's a podium for BRT. 6th for Vassilinkok. Maisto will take 8th, and this has been a chaotic race from start to finish. And there's confirmation of the results then. And what the hell was Honk doing? Nickname will get his first ever win in GTEL. He started 3rd. Confirmation of the results then. There'll probably be some penalties handed out. Nickname will take his first ever win. Mamstrike with a bit of a mess up on strategy. Bit of backmarker issues, that's kind of cost him. Casey will take second ever podium. Paolo had a brilliant race from start to finish, but Casey's comeback drive from 12th to 3rd, brilliant. Tim will get 5th at line with Vaston Cox. Penalty, Ricky after a bit of a mistake will fall down 7th. Maisto after picking up engine damage will be able to salvage 2 points, 1 for 8th, 1 for fastest lap. Then Brian Honk Hardcore of an on points finishing. Join me tomorrow 7 PM British summertime for Div 1. I hope it's going to be an even better race. Join me tomorrow 7 PM British summertime, Div 1 from Laguna.